Vernita Metoyer was an associate director with me in the Office of Aging. She's Catholic, and so she understands the kind of the Catholic reality. But she was in caregiving business, my understanding, for about 20 years before she came to our office. And now she has and then when she left the office, she has this company, and we call her my angel in my pocket. Because when I get these crises or these things, I don't have time. We're not, the office is not a direct service office like Catholic Charities is. So you have to do referrals. And St. Vincent de Paul is a little bit more direct service, but for the most part, it's not your job to fix the problem. It's your job is to find the people who can address the issue and do it in a pastoral way. And so knowing I had someone like Vernita and her, so I just asked her to just say a little bit about her company. She lives out here in this area too, for you in Cyprus. Mm-hmm. So just say a few words, highlight about your company. Can you give her your... Oh. Okay, just hold that.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I met some of you as you were coming in. I'm Vernita Metoyer. My company is Metoyer Roundtable Consulting. So I've been in healthcare about 25 years here in the greater Houston area, and 20 years was in direct home care. So I'm pretty well knowledged in that. Different companies, I worked at different levels within the company to try to provide the best service for the elders for their skill level. And then by the grace of God, I will say I filled out an application and came to work with Mark and Kathy over in Office of Aging, I guess maybe 2018, somewhere along those lines. And during that time in our lives, my mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I knew something was going on, I just wasn't sure. So I had to walk out on faith and start my own company so I could be home more so with her, because we didn't have the finances to necessarily place her at that time or provide 24/7 care, because at that time, Office of Aging is in the medical center, as we all know, on St. Dominic Village's campus, and we had already moved to Cyprus. So it was 2 hours there and 2 hours back. And so I just, when that worry starts hitting you and you just don't want to leave them alone, or that they can't be alone for quite some time, I had to make that very tough decision. But I walked out on faith and started my company then. And what we do is we specialize in facility placement, all levels of care, all income brackets. We will find you somewhere for your loved one to live where it's safe. We vet each home, personal care home, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, whether it's short-term or long-term, independent living, just if you're just ready to move into a 55-plus apartment or 55-plus facility, or someone that is. We make sure and we send you to places that we really know about, and we have clients there already. So we really vet them. Bless you. And then we also specialize in home care options. I have partners that also have companies, so we're going to come out and assess. Number one is the phone consultation. Then we have the initial assessment at the home, where we're just having conversation and anyone in the family is involved. Some of you have siblings and you want your siblings involved, or your parents want your siblings involved. We take that time to have conversation with the family and create an action plan as to what's really needed. And when you're making these very hard decisions, I know from a personal level and a professional level, it takes time. And you want to have someone that's going to sit down and take time with you and come up with, the right path for your family, your loved one. So that's what I do within my company. And we also provide senior resources as well. So if I don't know the answer, I'm going to find the answer for you. It may take me a day or two. I wouldn't give you more than that. I'm going to find that answer because it's important to me to make sure that your loved one is taken care of like my loved one is. So that's exactly what we do.
Maybe I found it, but I don't see your name listed.
It's,
I know it It might
The
be-
top
it's
of
on
the
there
second
as a
one.
vendor, I think, but it's also in your community referral guide under,
And I have a flyer for everyone, if that's
Yeah.
okay, Deacon? Okay.
she was a vendor there, but her name is also in the community referral
For
guide,
senior living
I think
options.
For senior living options. So she's going to pass out also a flyer.
I have a flyer, yeah, just a flyer. Yeah. Any questions? I know that was a lot. But I try to do as much as possible. Yes, sir, Deacon?
How would you assess, if you go out on your own, how would you assess a good nursing home from a bad nursing home?
So I'm going to be very blunt with you. Not blunt, but very truthful. If I walk into a nursing home and it's not smelling nice, I'm turning around even if I had a meeting set up, I'm going to call that person that was going to give me a tour. I'm going to call them from my car and say, it's unacceptable. You have to do something about that. Like, I'm that serious about it because that's important. This is going to be your loved one's home. You know, you want it to be nice. I'll also do research online through the state. They have Department of Human Services. They have a website that you can search as well, but I do that as well to see how many deficiencies they have or if anything major happened that has not been, resolved or, things of that nature. I look for that as well.
Well, and I tell people, look at, if you're trying to pick out a nursing home, you should go during the day. If you'd like to say first impression, go during the night. Is there
Oh, yes.
anybody around you?
I definitely go to pop-up visits at night.
And then the third visit on the weekend.
Weekends as well. Another thing is so unfortunate, but just calling a nursing home on the weekend and not getting that answer, that's a huge red flag to me. So I do that as well.
So it's good to have like someone like Vernita to kind of walk with you for that firsthand. But also on even a website we have some of the criteria for selecting your placements, what to be looking for, what to do that. It's on our website. I think either under caregiving or aging in place.
Well, in our zip code, one of the zip codes in our parishes, there's a lot of population, Hispanic population, that do not have even Social Security.
Yes.
And it's consequently, they don't have access to almost anything.
Yes.
And I imagine that's something that, I don't know if you will be routed them, whatever they might. But it's quite frequent, especially when you're bilingual, the cases are assigned to us, that situation.
Yes. So in my experience, personal care, I have a couple of personal care homes that I call, and they assist those residents that have that issue.
Without Social Security?
They are working with a program that helps them, gives them to right to help. And I have a translator on my team. It's my friend's, one of my dearest friends, her dad retired and he had nothing to do. He was like, he called me one day, Vernita, please let me be your translator. I was like, oh my gosh, I can never ask for anything better. So I assist clients in that way as well.
I've had the most difficult cases, and there's never been one that Vernita is not even able to handle herself or to get someone to do a pastoral good response. Well, sometimes they don't like those options. Sometimes your seniors, they call you and they have limited budgets, and they want to live in like in a luxurious.
Yeah.
and they keep calling me. They're looking for more money to pay for those. But Vernita does a job of looking at what they can afford and finding a quality, vetted placement that they're going to be well taken care of.
Yes.
And so, you have to be realistic too.
Yes.
And sometimes a little tough love. Really we're trying to do our best to get that, but you have to be realistic too in doing that. So,
yes.
But she's
absolutely.
She's a great resource.
Thank you, Mark. Mark's been one of my most awesome mentors through this process, and I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome.